So I've made some designs on how I think the tooling will look and work.
What I've landed on is making a clamp for the punch to sit in so we can change the punches and get different radii bends.
But before we do that, I need to make a table for the fly press to sit on. So I've got some box section which I'm going to go over to the bandsaw and cut up right now.
I'm cutting 8 sections of 450mm and 4 sections of 630mm for the frame.
Started to deburr the edges and I put on a slight bevel as well just to help the TIG welder. It's only a little welder so there's not much power and we need this to get good penetration. So I'm just cleaning up all the edges, making sure everything's square so it fits together nicely.
I want the table to be on casters so it can be easily moved around the garage.
In order to get the fly press onto the table that I've made, I'm going to have to borrow my friend's engine crane. So whilst I'm waiting for him to come round with that, I'm going to start by deburring and polishing up the 5 and 10mm plates that I've bought.
Put the 10mm plate and this is going to be the punch. I'm going to grind the edge to a point with about a 1mm radius. I've tried my best to make the point meet evenly across the punch's edge so that the bend line is kept straight. I'm now just polishing it up a bit, but after this I'm going to cut the parts for the clamp. Now that the parts are cut, I'm checking the designs as I need to plot and drill the bolt holes.
We've got everything welded up and we've got the holes threaded in the back plate, got the front plate bolted on. The stop works fine and everything marries up well, apart from the fact that there's nothing behind the stop, just empty space. So when you connect these bolts and tighten them up, it causes the plate to raise up like this as opposed to clamp down on the workpiece. So we need to figure out a way of resolving that, because as of now, the punch will just fall out. There's absolutely nothing holding it in place. So what I'm thinking about doing is cutting down the top plate to about 12 mil, which is 2 mil bigger than the punch, and then extending this front plate so that it laps over the top plate at 12 mil, and that heightened area should draw this down over the punch when the bolts are tightened. So we're going to give that a go and see if it works. So let's get cracking and see if we can remedy this problem. If not, we've got a lot of fabricating to do as we need to start again. So I managed to get my friend Marin to come round with his engine crane, and I think he's just pulled up right now. Hopefully it's him, he's always late, so let's see. No. Wasn't him.
Might need a hand. Do you want to start with that?
No, it'll pop off. Why are you in such a bad mood?
Because everything's going wrong.
Bought some Long Johns. Very good.
Long Johns?
Yeah.
There you go.
I I've made this little channel die and I've welded it to a piece of flat bar so I can clamp it to the bed of the fly press. So now the fly press tooling is complete. We've got the little channel section on the bottom, the punch on top, which is connected to the punch clamp. It's 150mm across, so we can bend anything to that sort of width or smaller. In the future, we could maybe experiment with some finger press tooling or finger punches, different punches to give different radii, etc. But for now, we're just going to keep it as it is. I don't know how much thickness it can handle, but I think about 2mm is going to be the max. I've got some 1mm sheet steel that I've cut up here, and we're going to do some little test bends. And that's it. We've now got some tooling for the fly press that'll bend some metal up to about 2mm, and I think the maximum bend that we got out of it was about 68 degrees, which is pretty good. So it's perfect for doing sort of 90-degree bends, that sort of thing. I know that using this for bends isn't going to produce very accurate results, so for something like that in the future, I may look at building a press brake with a proper backstop, that sort of thing. But until then, just bending little bits of sheet metal or flat bar, this will be perfect for it. If in the future I want to do some big projects which require long or big bits of sheet metal being bent, I may make a sheet metal folder or something like that. But until then, pretty happy with the results so far, and I'll catch you in the next video. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button for me. It really helps me out, and give the video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. If you haven't enjoyed it, then I don't know, I guess don't.